Before I get to what I want to get to, let me just begin by acknowledging our team got its ass kicked by the other team. Nothing that happened in this sequence with Deron Payne throwing a punch, and the reason I'm bringing it up is there's now video about what happened that led to Deron Payne punching Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nothing that happened in this sequence would have changed the outcome of the game even a little bit. Deron Payne staying in the game wouldn't have meant anything. Detroit could name their number. They were far, far superior and are far superior. So for those that reached out to me after I tweeted out the video, I saw JP Finley tweet out the video that now is out there. I guess Deron Payne put it out on his Instagram. And clearly, Amon-Ra St. Brown punched Deron Payne in the head just previous to Deron Payne swinging at Amon-Ra. And a referee literally witnesses the entire thing front row. The referee is within a yard. And unless the referee's got his eyes closed, it is beyond me how he does not flag Amon-Ra St. Brown for a straight right cross to Deron Payne's head. I don't want to get into, I could care less about whether or not that justifies. You know what? It does justify Deron swinging at Amon-Ra in a game like that. Sure. You know, people lose their cool when they get punched in the head. If the referee had done his job by throwing the flag, Deron probably never does anything. That referee should be reprimanded. Amon-Ra should get fined and or suspended if this video has been made clear to the league at this point. With that said, I know what the reaction from some of you will be, especially Lions fans. Stop crying. You got your ass kicked, Sheehan. Yes, nothing would have changed that. You can have two conversations simultaneously. Detroit's really good. Amon-Ra is really good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a really good player. But we heard from Kinlaw after the game that he was upset because the referee didn't flag Amon-Ra St. Brown for swinging at Deron Payne, and then they threw Payne out for the retaliation. We often see the second guy get penalized, the second guy get thrown out, but not when the referee witnesses the first act. You can see it. I retweeted JP Finley's video of this, which came from Deron's Instagram. It also has, you know, sort of the slow motion of Amon-Ra St. Brown punching Deron. Our team stinks right now. I know it does. I totally get it. I just can't believe, forget it as a Washington fan, as an NFL fan, how a referee is right there with a front row seat and doesn't flag a flagrant right cross thrown by a player that literally jars Deron's helmet back. And Deron looks right at the referee like, okay. And by the way, Kinlaw witnesses it, and he's like doing the motion with his hand, like, are you going to throw the flag here? No, apparently not. That is really bad officiating. Horrific officiating, which clearly led to the response by Deron. Does Deron throw a wild right hand, overhand swing punch at Amon-Ra without what happened first? If it gets flagged, if the first act gets flagged, I would say probably not. Deron's probably like, you got flagged. And by the way, Amon-Ra should have been tossed because his punch was no different than Deron's. It was a sucker punch. Yeah, there was a scuffle before. Who cares? There's a scuffle between the two of them before, but there was no punch thrown. Unbelievable that a referee missed that or decided not to call it. I would think that there's got to be further news on this. The Lions play the Eagles on Sunday. I would think at the very least, Amon-Ra St. Brown has to be fined significantly for this, if not suspended. Or maybe they've already seen it and decided, no. I don't know how one is different than the other. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I wanted to read something to you. Logan Paulson's going to join us on the show at 12 today. So, like all of you, there are a lot of group texts that you're on, during football season, during games. There are people that just, friends that just reach out and suggest things. And I got one this morning from a friend of mine. I won't mention his name. But I thought I actually thought at first he was joking, but I have a feeling many of you won't believe that it's a joke and actually may agree with it. My buddy Mark sent this to me. I have a thought about something, and I've thought a lot about this. Trade Jayden, max out with 3 first-round picks, ride Mariota. I love JD, but I think durability is not his friend. So immediately I'm like, you're not serious. Or, then I'm like, this would be a good call segment on my show. Sometimes you just look, most ideas don't come from producers or show hosts. They come from many of you, and sometimes from friends and other things. Like, I thought about it and I'm like, this is insanity at the highest level. We went without a quarterback for 33 years. Basically, I mean, if you want to throw Brad Johnson in there, if you want to throw, the one RG3 season in there, if you want to throw Kirk and his few seasons here, but legitimately, we went without a quarterback, without a high-level, elite-level quarterback for 33 years. And you're going to trade him after a year of a few injuries? That is the most insane thing I have heard. I have a feeling if I open up phone lines right now, which I'm going to do at 301-230-0980, there will be at least 1 or 2 people that will agree with this. Jayden Daniels, would you consider, knowing that you would get back a haul of picks? I mean, 3 first-rounders may be low. It's probably 4 and some 2s and some 3s and some 4s. Because you know what never, ever really happens is an elite-level quarterback who is young, and by the way, on his rookie deal, they're never made available. Do you know why? Because it would be insane for a team to actually consider it. 301-230-0980. Just to be very clear, there is no way I would ever consider trading Jayden Daniels, no matter what the price was. Because no matter how many first-round picks you get back, the chances are you're not going to find another one. That the odds, no matter how many swings you take, are that you're not going to find another one. Certainly not one with his elite level talent. No way. Sure, you could get lucky. Look at how many teams, ours in particular, have suffered without a quarterback. When you're in that wilderness, you are going to suck more years than not. You're going to have everything go right just to be 10-7 and have a chance to play in the postseason.